Hey guys, Dingo here. How the bloody hell are you? Ready for some clash? Let's dive in. Alright, today we're going to have a little look at a brand new series called Dingo 1ManArmy. And it's basically a series where we look at attacks I've done on my own as pretty much all me. So yeah, it's a whole clan of all my baby accounts generally. I don't usually use my big accounts in these wars because I'm usually a little busy with wars with my actual clans. So, but if you'd ever want to see a one-man army war where I use some of my big boys, well, shoot something down into those comments. And while you're doing that, don't forget, like my mate here says, leave a like, hit the subscribe button and ring that notification bell. Awesome guys. So let's jump on over to that clan. We've got to swap accounts here. Alright. So as you can see, I'll jump myself out for now. As you can see, this is a little clan of just my accounts. So these are all my babies, ranging from Town Hall 10 through to, I think that's a 6 down the bottom there. And yeah, I of course I do bring other size accounts over, such as 11s and 12s and so forth, to take part. So without any more talking, let's have a quick look into some of my recent wars. So this is the most recent one. We've literally just finished this this morning. We'll have a look at the map here. As you can see, our friends Dazed and Confused weren't able to close the deal on my bases. They struggled a bit up top here on my Town Hall 10s. They had a go here at my number 1, and I think it was pretty much at that point when their number 1 failed to 3-star me, and then number 2 went off and took care of, which was also a Town Hall 10. He or she took care of my 2 highest 9s. That left them nowhere to go to clean up the top base, and I think with that they just gave up, and the top guy didn't even try my second account. So look, I get it, you know, I cleaned them out, so I guess they were a little disheartened by that stage. But I think, look guys, get in there, have a go, finish the war off, use your attacks, win or lose, walk away feeling good that you had a try. So with that said, anyway, let's have a look at some of these attacks. What level are we looking at here? This is 16. Look, let's have a look in Thunder Chicken. Alright, so that's a pretty tiny 9. Let's go a bit higher. Alright, this one actually caused me a little trouble, believe it or not. I tried hitting it with a Town Hall 9 and I didn't quite get it down, which did surprise me because the army usually works. So let's have a quick look. That's number 5 Canton. Who did that? Yes, Mr. 15 here failed on that one. Oops days. Let's have a look. 15 replay 1. Yeah, alright, so let's have a look how I failed this attack, guys. So I've gone with my usual approach, a couple of witches and a couple of healers either side, jump to go straight through the middle, golem down, king down, queen down, couple more witches in the middle to support, early rage, and into the base we go. So the CC troops come out and they split, unfortunately. That was probably one of my biggest problems early, is I did not get a good split on that. So I was unable to use my poison to hit both. Because of that, this dragon does cause me some trouble. So I think that's probably right there the reason I did not triple. So as you can see, I've moved through the middle of the base with another jump. I've dropped in another wizard to try and support killing that dragon, which has worked. But unfortunately, I've lost a lot of troops early on that left hand side of the base. So we're moving through, got the Queen cutting through here with the King, Golem, Giant, some healers to assist with their health. We got the Queens moving around the outside as well. Sorry, the witches, not queens. And it's about this stage I start to go, ooh, I might not get this one. So I fire the Queen's ability off. Let her cut through this wall. I really need that Expo down. And that thankfully gets the Expo onto the Golem instead of the Queen. She's able to sit back in the background and start picking off a few things. But I tell you what, guys, I was thinking, am I going to get this? I've got a little bit of support here, but not much, and a very low health Queen. But I'm a bit of a chump. I do always like to believe until the last moment when there's absolutely no hope. So I'm thinking, as long as I got these guys tanking out in front for the Queen, I stand a chance. So we're pushing. We've got the Queen taking down all the enemy structures. She's going to burst through this wall, guys. What do you reckon's going to happen? Well, I think you know, we fail, but that bomb right there, that is the defining moment. If the Queen stayed up, I would have got it, but unfortunately she goes down. It's just not enough time, not enough deep damage per second getting output here, and time fail. So there you have it. That's our fail on that base. I'm not going to show you the cleanup just because it's a 10 hitting. I think it's, you know, hit down. That's not much fun to see. But let's have a look over at who else have we got here? Caesar. Let's have a quick look at this guy. Alright, what did I do to take that guy down? That's right, this was a pretty decent little attack. Again, this is the army I go with more often than not, guys. So a couple of witches down either side, couple of healers to keep them up, jump in the middle, early Golem, King, some witches through the middle to start pushing through the center of the base. Gonna get my Queen down soon. There she is. CC down to support. Hit an early giant bomb. That hurts our troops out on the left there, but we're going to push into the center. Rage up. Poison up. And try and catch everything in that poison and that freeze. We've got the CC. We've got the Queen. Getting good value out of those spells in the middle. My Queen moves into the middle to finish off the CC troops. And I'm a bit worried about our strength on the left hand side, so I'm going to support that with my final wizard in a moment. And at this point we're just moving down each side of the base. We've got the Queen in the middle doing all the damage to gut out the core. King leading the way as a bit of a shield, but he's gone down now. Alright, what do we got left? We've got some witches either side. Healers on the left to keep things up. Queen under ability fires off, and you can see this is getting tight, guys. There's not much left on my side. I'm a bit nervous at this stage of the attack, I must admit. But we're pushing through. I'm thinking as long as the Queen stays reasonably healthy and this little horde of skellies keep everyone else busy. So we've got the witches still moving up the right hand side there. We've got one healer hanging on for dear life to keep my Queen pumping away through that wall. She moves into the wizard tower, takes that down, and look at that, within seconds no defenses left. At this point I can breathe a sigh of relief because I was running really short on attacks to get this done, to be honest. I always like to give myself a little bit of a buffer going into the attacks on the top couple of bases, just in case I go and stuff it up. So it's nice to have a little bit of insurance team. Alright, hey Pakistani Clasher, great to see you online, mate. Alright, let's move on to another base. Let's have a look at this guy, Few. Now I do believe I said Few when I beat this guy because again, this was another close one, guys. Tell you what, these guys pushed my attacks. So this one, I figured if I could take out these back air defenses, you've pretty much cleared out the back of the base, because what we're trying to do is we're going for maximum value with those lightning team. We're going to hit that, and that, which will knock all of those structures down. And then we're also going to go for these guys here. So that's great value. If you look at it on a grand scale, there's very little left to fight against the dragons I'm going to be using in the back end of this base at that point. It's pretty much that guy. So I'm thinking that should be an absolute cakewalk to just storm the front of the base with some dragons and so forth. So let's have a look how that goes and see how wrong I was about it being a cakewalk. Alright, so in we go. I'm going to start off with those lightning, take out all those structures over there. Now you can use lightning really effectively as I guess channeling, like forming the base so that you can get troops going the way you want. It's quite handy. So early I get a dragon on this storage just because I know that's going to take time to go down, so I want that one dragon there. And then I start bringing in the rest. We've got the king and the queen out to the left to try and make sure my dragons stay in the base as they move forward. And get my CC down and my other loons down, trying to just spread them out between the two air defenses remaining. And as you can see, I go the rage right in the middle to try and get maximum efficiency out of that. Alright, so that's the air defense is gone at this stage, team. Got the king and queen still with abilities. There goes the kings. At this stage I'm feeling pretty good, but then I've noticed the Teslas have popped up and I'm thinking, yeah, that's going to cause us a little pain, but there's still got a lot of dragons here, guys, so that shouldn't be a problem. But then you look and you go, wait a minute, they're thinning out pretty fast. So you're starting to look at a nervous guy at this stage thinking, I've got to make this attack work. So we go with the queen ability in a moment to get through this expo. We've got very few dragons left. We've got 2 dragons, team. 2 dragons and a queen. And that sounds bad. Almost sounds like, yeah. Anyway, moving on. The queen's got to work through some walls. The dragons take the enemy king down. And now you look at this and you go, well, there's no defenses left. Wait up, yes there is. Bang, there goes one dragon. Now we got 1 dragon left and a queen and a cannon. And I'm thinking, alright, this is getting nervous. The queen cuts to the left, as you can see, and I got this dragon. I'm thinking, I need the dragon to get to this cannon before the queen gets within range, because otherwise we're in big trouble. And I'm also thinking, what if there's one more seeking air mine? Like, seriously, this dragon's probably not that healthy. No, he's not. So that's the end of us. That's the end of us if he hits one, I tell you, team. Look at this. Queen goes down. Low health dragon. And we're just praying, please, no seeking air mine. Is it going to be there? You know it's not. He makes it through, team. Look at that. And a sigh of relief. We've gotten through that base. So we're pretty pleased with that, gang. We're going to move on. We're going to have a look at this base then, number 2. Have a quick look. What have I gone with? I've gone with dragons, team, because they've put a couple of air defenses within striking distance of each other. If you give me that, I'm thinking to myself, I can invest 6 lightning and destroy 75% of your air defense. That's a no-brainer. I'm going for that almost every time. So let's dive in and have a look at how I took care of it. Alright, so we're going to start early by, again, zapping out these air defenses. We're going to get as much value as we can from those lightning. And then we're going to take care of this one over here and grab this air sweeper at the same time, whilst putting some good damage into that Inferno Tower. And then finally, using the Quake to just soften up everything in the middle. So we've got the King and Queen funneling out to the bottom here. Dragons in, all moving in quickly onto this last air defense. We've got the Blimp moving in through the middle, double down on the Rage. Move all the units into the center of the base. The Blimp goes off, and goodbye core. That's the base done, basically. We've got Unfortunately, I was too busy looking at that, and I did miss that my queen was under fire from the CC troops. So that was a bit of a fail on my behalf, but even with that, didn't matter. These dragons move through so easily at this stage. It's complete overkill. And again, it's just base building 101 team. Never put two air defenses within lightning range of each other. You really just make it too easy to break your base. So it's a nice little tip for you guys out there. Don't do it. Alright. So as you can see, we're going to fast forward that a little bit because that guy's done. He's got nothing left. Alright. So we're going to move on to the final base. Now I will show I never did need my second attack from my top base because I was able to clean out the top two guys with my number 2, as you can see here, guys. So that's always nice to be able to have 2 hits left when you come down to that last base. So just gives yourself a bit of breathing room and allows for a mistake if you don't get it right the first time. 1, you get a really good look at the base at least, and 2, you get to rethink how you're going to go about it and come from another angle, maybe different army and so forth. But anyway, let's have a look at what we were dealing with. I actually thought, guys, I thought this was a pretty nice little base. I quite liked it. It's an interesting design. It looks pretty anti-3. The singles hurt it, I think. I'd probably go at least 1 multi if I was the builder, and something needs to go in this big old hole here because yeah, I hate seeing holes in bases. It's another base building fail in mine. But anyway, let's have a look at what I did. Basically I think the best thing you can do when you look at a base is look at what you think it's vulnerable to. Now with 2 single infernos, I think myself this base is vulnerable to witches. Just mass numbers are going to overwhelm this base. The wizard towers aren't maxed out, so we should be alright. So we're just going to bring a couple of jumps to help get us through the base quickly. We're going to use the log launcher as well to punch a hole throughout the whole base, and we're just going to rip through it. So let's have a look at how we go about it, guys. So I use a nice healthy mix of witches and peckers. I use the peckers for power. Even though I know there's some singles in there, with the mass numbers, you've got to be pretty unlucky to lose a Pecker to a single Inferno, just for the fact that they shouldn't be able to track onto them that easily with that many skeletons running around. So we've got the double jump coming in just to make sure our troops go in instead of around the base. And we've got a nice healthy amount going left and right, but a nice healthy amount going through the middle. Get an early freeze down on that Inferno just because it was making me a little nervous about what it was locking onto. You get the king firing off his ability, down goes the single, you get stuck into the enemy king. My log launcher is deployed, CC troops come out, and as you can see we got Peckers left and right, center, heroes up, witches and skeletons running around everywhere. This base is in so much trouble, gang. Have a look at it. I can't even zoom in because there's so much going on across the whole base. There's an army just ripping it apart. So not an army I generally use, but it's a fun combination. I think I'll probably play around with it a bit more, team. Alright, we are pretty much through, gang. Look at that, so many Peckers still standing into this battle. That was such overkill. Didn't use the Queen ability either. Yeah, sorry about that, dazed and confused. That didn't work out for you, team. Awesome, so let's have a quick look. We'll be cheeky, have a look at my war log. So here we go. As I've said, we're sitting at 11 wars. We've got 8 wins and 3 draws, so we're yet to be defeated, but hey, stay tuned. I'm sure someone's going to kick my butt real soon. I know just for a fact that it only takes a really bad matchup, and trust me, you know what I'm talking about when it comes to bad matchups. The Clash of Clans war matching algorithm doesn't work great a lot of the time. You can get some nasty matchups. So hey, I'll keep fighting on. I'll see if I can keep those wins coming. And hey, keep tuning in and seeing when Dingo gets his butt kicked. Alright, thanks for spending some time with me guys. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you on the next one.